As we edge close to the summer 2025, focus switches to the international scene, that's right. And of course, over in the States, it'll be a Gold Cup, that's right, with 60 nations competing for glory. Today, we're going to preview a nation, and we're coming at you next. That's right, folks, but once again, we're in another video today. We're previewing the Gold Cup. We're going to take a look at one of the nations taking part in this summer spectacular. We'll get to that in a second. Of course, if you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button. You want subscribe for Gold Cup, World Football, Blackburn Rovers. We've got it all here under one rooski. That's right, 16 nations from around the globe. That's right. We do have a guest nation taking part in this summer spectacular. We'll get to all of that in a second. Of course, big shout out to the members and the patrons. You know who you are. So what we'll do today is, of course, look at one of the nations, see their hopes and dreams heading into this summer tournament. Are they contenders? Will they get eliminated in the group stages? We'll take a look at all that. We're going to start right here, right now. Well, what about Panama then? Coming into this Gold Cup, qualifying as Concacaf Nations League A quarter-finalists, of course. They did very, very well in the to get to that stage. They qualified for this tournament back in the 18th of November 2024. They've been here 12 times in this version of the Gold Cup, the 13 times in the old school rendition as well, when you want to bracket those guys in together. Their last was back in 2023, where they were runners-up. Goodness gracious me, forever the bridesmaid, never the bride. Look at that, 3 times runners-up. Can they get over the line this time and be the winners? Well, it's on the table. It's on the table. They're currently ranked 33rd in the world according to FIFA. Crazy numbers, that's right. When you think about all the countries in the world, Panama being 33rd is mind-boggling. Well, the man in charge is Thomas Christensen, the ex-Barcelona product, of course. He was on the books there as a player, of course. And the main man, the talisman, has been José Cordoba, centre-back. As he left-footed centre-back for Norwich, of course, just missing out on those playoffs. Of course, will be in the second tier next season unless he gets a move. But he's only 23 years of age, good little player. And, of course, add him to the mixer here because we do have a nice-looking squad that is for Panama heading into this. It is quite a trim-looking squad. It's not the official squad, but it is some names that we can look forward to seeing when it comes around. Luis Major, of course, playing his football over in the Dutchlands with NAC Breda. Orlando Mosquic as well, and there Cesar Samado. Into the defensive ranks, we already talked about José Cordoba is the face of the place there. Omar Valencia coming for New York Red Bulls. Also likes of Martin Krug in there, Cesar Blackman. And Fidel Escobar. Into midfield we go, and we see Alberto Cascarilla, Aníbal Godoy also always seems to be there or thereabouts in the squad. Jean-Paul Morales as well. And up top, the likes of Ismael Díaz, Carlisio Waterman, Thomas Rodriguez, Gustavo Herrera, amongst others, guys. Those are the names that could compete. What about the stats then? We'll take a look at it. It's not been the greatest prolific year so far for Panama coming to this. Cascarilla's been in there with goals, so has Waterman, Rodriguez, all chipping in with 1 goal themselves. As for the assists, Cascarilla has been a bit of a standout with 2 assists to his name, and he does feature in this lineup here on this left-hand side. The main man, Cordoba, is not in this lineup, so it is interesting to see why that was. Maybe, oh yeah, tell a lie, he is at the back there. What am I talking about? Anyway, the lineup did include Orlando Mosquera between the sticks, Cordoba, Farina, Harvey making up a back, 3 centre-backs there with Jorge Gutierrez and Cesar Blackman with the full-back slots. Godoy, Cascarilla into midfield, and likes of Martinez and Luis Rodriguez out wide, and Cecilia Waterman down the middle in what looks like a 5-2-3 sort of formation. Let's kick it on forward then. Take a look at the key men so far on the stats side with SofaScore coming at you. Orlando Mosquera has been the best man on the pitch with a 7.28 between the sticks. Then Cesar Blackman and then Alberto Cascarilla further forward. That's right. Meanwhile, let's take a little look. And, of course, how they got there. Of course, they did finish 3rd in the seeding structure for the Nations League, which guaranteed them a passage through to the Gold Cup as one of the heavyweights in this competition. Well, this is their group. They're in Group C, and that Group C is interesting. It's definitely interesting. Panama, again, should be the favourites for this one. Jamaica on point, and probably, if you look at squad valuations, probably have a better valued squad, but they've not been performing of late, and they'll need to deliver if they're going to cause some problems this time around. Also, Guatemala and Guadalupe in there, maybe to make up the numbers. Who knows? I think this is a tricky group, as wide open. Panama, you would expect to make one of the top 2 spots. It's just who will join them. Will it be the Reggae Boys? Will it be somebody else? But they'll kick it all off, first and foremost, with a match against Nicaragua to make sure they're on track to qualify for the World Cup. Remember, in 2026, 3 of the Concacaf nations will automatically get a passage through. Panama are not one of those, and they need to secure a spot to be one of the other Concacaf representations out there. They'll kick off the Gold Cup, though, against Guadalupe on June 16th. Then they'll take on Guatemala on June 20th. And they'll set up that bit of a barnstorming one at the end there on June 24th. But it could all be on the line for top spot, second spot, or just to make sure they actually qualify. So we'll see. This is what they'll be wearing out there in the tournament in the summer. The home kit is red. Blue is their, or a very light blue there is the away kit. And they do have a third kit, which looks pretty good. Should probably even be promoted to maybe a second, their away kit. They sit right there on the old snake or spine there, neighboring Costa Rica, out in the in the Central American region. We go back to where it all began here. What do I think that we'll expect that will for Panama this time around? Well, they're in a good spot. I do think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, and on their day, just like we've seen in recent Nations League matches, they can beat anybody. I do think they'll get to the quarterfinals. I don't think they'll progress from that because there are some big boys waiting, and again, all depends on if they can land that top spot. If they get a top spot, they might land a favourable quarterfinal, and then who knows, they could make it to the semi-finals and maybe even a final. But it is a very, very tricky situation to call at the moment. But that's my take on Panama. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about them down below. Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. That's right. Does this nation stand a chance to get through to the knockout stages? Did they even have a shot at glory? Let me know down below. Of course, over the course of the next few days, we'll preview the remaining nations in this summer's tournament. If you already missed one, make sure you check it out as well. And do me an honour and smash that thumbs up and smash your subscribe. We're going to have non-stop coverage of the Gold Cup right here, of course, so make sure you hit the order of subscribing to the channel. But until then, I'll see you soon when we return. But until then, we're done.